Hello, everybody, and welcome to another wonderful episode of the Weekly Tall Talk. I'm your host today, Corey, and I am joined by my co-hosts, my two best friends in the entire world, Tyler and Cale. Tyler, why don't you start us off tonight, bud? How are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful, Corey. Thank you for asking. Never better.
Absolutely.
Never better? You've never been better than right now.
Never been better than this single moment in history in my entire life.
That makes sense.
I like it. I get it. I mean, you're looking at me and Corey, so it makes sense.
Except, meeting my girlfriend and everything, but everything that's led up to this moment.
Now he's backpedaling. See, the backpedaling happens.
Yeah.
It just takes a little bit of time. I see you, Tyler. You sly dog.
Come on, guys.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
I'm doing really well. Thank you, Corey, for asking. But who I haven't heard from yet is from Cale. How you doing, brother?
Doing awesome, dude. We really have to step up our introductions because Corey's been very flattering the last couple of times. So we're going to have to step it up.
It's easy to do when you lie.
Oh! Son of a gun.
Let me get my pen and take some notes.
Professional liars. No, but very excited for this episode. I know you mentioned earlier it's a special one. It's a wonderful episode. I agree. And I'm looking forward to getting into this one. How are you doing, Corey?
I'm doing great, man. I'm happy to hear that both of you are doing wonderful. We have a very, like I said, special episode because we wrote another short story for everybody at home.
Another one? No way.
Another one. And this
Can't
one,
stop us.
Even better than the last one we did.
They just keep getting better.
Yeah.
Hey, that's why we're paying the big bucks for.
So what we're going to do this episode is read out the short story. And at the end of it, we're going to ask each other a would you rather question and then just go into it like we normally do. I hope everybody at home is ready for another creepy story.
Hey, his voice is changing. I don't know.
Creepy.
Kind of curious.
Might cut that out later. Hey.
Oh, no.
All right, let's begin. It's raining. The sun is setting and you've been walking for hours. You were driving and had an accident that totaled your car. There's no signal on your phone and you haven't seen anyone else on the back gravel road for the past several hours. You round a turn in the road and see the faint shape of what could be a cabin through the dense tree line. You head for it, hoping someone will be staying here on vacation, or at least having a landline inside you could get a hold of to call for help. Making your way over to the somewhat rugged terrain, you come into the view of the cabin you spotted. As you get closer, you notice something odd. Windows on the side and the face are missing along with the only door. Cautiously, you approach, calling out to see if anyone is there while concealing yourself behind some foliage. After the third call out with no answer, you decide to go inside. While walking in, you see the door jamb has been ripped out of place. It appears that the door was broken outward from the inside. There's a twin bed, a small wood-burning stove, some shelves holding canned food, some toiletries, and a large cabinet in the corner. You open the cabinet to find it's full of yard tools and landscaping materials. This must be the groundkeeper's living quarters. The place they worked can't be far from here. On the right door of the cabinet, you find a poster of a magnificent manor surrounded by woods, and below it what seems to be a weekly schedule detailing what to work on for each day of the week. You decide to head out while there's still some light clinging to the sky to see if you can find the manor. After battling the uneven ground and breaking a sweat, you stumble upon a large fence, a stone base with intricate ironwork rising up maybe 10 feet tall. This must be the outer fence for the manor in the picture. Now I have a question for you both as we're starting our story. You have a choice here.
Okay.
Would you rather go left or would you rather go right to continue this story?
Ooh.
I don't know. Right's kind of calling my name. I think I'm going to go with that.
Well, I definitely don't want to be on my own in this situation, so I'm going with Tyler. I'm going to go to the right, and hopefully it works out.
Let's do this.
Well, this could either be the worst decision or the best decisions of your night.
It's for sure the worst.
It's always the worst.
It never goes our way on the show.
Yeah, the unlucky ones.
All right. Well, since you both chose right, you at home, if you want to hear what happened if they chose left, go ahead and hit us up at our email, talltailnetwork@gmail.com. Now to continue. Fate is on your side tonight. You spot a small clearing and two massive gates that mark the entrance to the property. The left gate is smashed in on the lower corner, leaving a space for you to crawl through. With light fading fast, you decide to push on and rush through the clearing towards the house. Your eyes widen as the behemoth comes into the view in the distance. 3 stories tall. The massive structure spans your entire sightline, giving it maybe 5 feet on either side of clearance from the mature trees that tower above you. There's no road into the property or evidence that there have been any vehicles here at all. How do these people get here, and how do they leave? Heading for the front door, you use the big ornamental knocker, lifting, then letting it fall and hit the door. There's a heavy thud as the iron strikes the hard wood. The door opens slightly. Poking your head in, you call out, "Hello?" Again, you're met with no answer, and you feel no one is home. Pushing the door open, you see everything is coated with a thick layer of dust and cobwebs. The sun is setting and darkness finally falls. With only the flashlight from your phone and about 33% battery left, you both have a choice to make.
Ooh.
Would you rather stay in the abandoned mansion for the night by yourself with only your phone, or head back to the groundskeeper's cabin closer to the road in hopes that you'll spot a car?
Damn.
Wow.
That was quite the story, man. I like it.
What a novel. I'm ready to buy it.
You ready to buy the next chapter?
Or can I get my signed copy?
Actually, it's our Tall Tale Network Patreon.
What?
Yeah, exactly. Not yet at least.
Right?
Hey, we'll get there.
Oh, man.
Well, no, we have one. You can go there right now if you want, but
Ooh.
do it after the end of the episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't leave now.
Yes.
Yeah, don't
we need
We're
you.
about to make a choice.
You need to hear what we're going to do. Well, this was quite the story. I'll just jump ahead rudely in front of Tyler
Thank
for this
you.
one. No problem, dude. Me personally, I think I might. Damn, this is kind of a hard choice. Hence the question. I think I might head back to the groundkeeper shack near the road.
Yeah? You'd walk all the way back?
I feel like I would try to, because I'm just assuming we know nothing about this house, right? It could be empty. It could be whatever. We just know that there's a lot of dust. There's a lot of cobwebs, all this other stuff. I'm assuming since we found landscaping tools and stuff in that cabinet, there's something that you could at least defend yourself with. I mean, I'm like a makeshift weapon, if nothing else, if the house is empty or you go like rummaging through everything.
Well,
you
what
don't know
are you
what you're gonna
defending
find.
yourself from?
To anybody. The same person could have hit the same pothole as me and is coming to look for the shelter at the cabin, and I need to defend my makeshift home.
It was
from
a trap
anybody
to
and
get
everyone.
you here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
man.
I guess my first thing wouldn't be to defend myself. That's kind of just where my mind goes. That wouldn't be the most pressing thing, but being closer to the road instead of like in this 3-story manor in the middle of like the dense forest where like nobody's coming, or I would hope that nobody's coming. I mean, I don't know.
I'm disappointed in you, Kale.
Oh, you want me to die
Where's the
in
adventure in
luxury
you?
or what?
My choice.
Yeah.
I don't know if you were done, but I'm going to say my choice.
He's going to hop in now.
Said I don't know if you were done, but I don't get two. And you're gonna hear what I'm saying. You're gonna like it.
Were you done, or you
Go right ahead.
You got more?
No, I got after that. No.
I'm staying the night in the mansion. I'm curious, man. I got to know what's in there. I'm going to find somebody. They're hiding from me. I'm going to find their ass.
You're going to
So
search
you're
through the whole house with your phone light.
Yeah.
Breaking and entering into this manor, and then you're gonna hunt someone who's probably owns the house. And they're going to answer to you for being on their property by
I don't
your
know.
mistake.
I haven't been in too many like hauntingly situations, so I think this would be like a perfect opportunity. Why would I give that up? I'm in.
Yeah, the one thing I forgot to mention, Cale, it's a blood moon out, and we all know what that means for Tyler.
Oh,
That means
damn.
very calm, soothing, meditative.
Soothing vibes,
Yeah.
chill vibes for sure.
Just
coming
up until you are a person he doesn't know, then the violence comes out.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
You have to be. I mean, I don't feel like we would be safe with Tyler in the manor. And he's known us for quite a long time. I feel like he has the bloodlust already.
Got you, bros.
With no problems actually happening yet. He seems very adventurous and willing to tie someone up.
See, this is what's crazy is Tyler's going on the attack, and Cale, you're going on the defense for this one. And I haven't said there's other people here. I just said it's a creepy night. And you both, chose to stay in different places for the night.
Well,
I mean,
you're
it's
assuming
just really,
that something's going to happen.
right.
well,
And it just plays to the point that Tyler and I are both paranoid, but in different ways. He's
Right.
paranoid that he has to hunt someone down, and I'm paranoid that someone's coming for me when there is no threat.
who says I'm hunting them? Come on, man. I just want to greet them and say thank you for letting me in, even though I broke in.
Hold on. Editor, can you play the tape back, please? Thank you.
Yep.
I'm curious, man. I gotta know what's in there. I'm gonna find somebody. They're hiding from me. I'm gonna find their ass.
Well, there's the proof in the pudding, Tyler. I don't know. Choose your words more carefully next time.
Right? God. Well, I mean, there's one more decision that has to be made, and that's Corey's, and that could tell us who will be paired up with one another.
Ooh.
Yep.
Yeah.
We'll see where you go with this one.
I would go into the mansion, but
Shit.
I think I would do it after Tyler, and hope that he actually, you know what? I would want to do it before Tyler. I'm the other person in the mansion.
Oh, damn.
Okay. Do I know you or I don't know you?
I don't know. Do you know me, Tyler? Do you know the real me?
That's true.
Oh,
This is getting too deep.
behind the veil.
But I mean, you said there's like cobwebs everywhere, right? So it hasn't been like touched, or they're like very careful not to like
Right.
make it seem like anybody was there. Maybe it's a trap, like you
Yeah,
said.
it seems like it's been like months have passed by inside.
Once again,
Because like
another
none of the
glimpse.
light switches work, and there's no like modern furniture that you see.
Maybe
Right.
maybe there's a layer inside of the mansion that they only dwell in there and just leave the house.
Just one room in the mansion.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just curious, is like the other person in the house going to be Eddie Murphy from the movie?
Oh my God.
From the
Mansion?
movie Haunted Mansion.
Yes.
And we'll have a great
What if
time.
they just had those sweet conveyors before you get on the ride? Everywhere you go
my
in the house, it's
God,
just
sign
that
me up.
conveyor.
I'm in.
Tyler's even more in. Damn it. Didn't deter him at all.
So Corey, you would spend the night in the mansion, you said?
Yeah. I feel like there's a lot more house to the mansion. Like as far as like the groundskeepers, like I mean, yeah, sure, it's near the road or whatever, but it doesn't mean that people are going to come by the road. And if anything does attack you, that's out in that forest, like a bear or a yeti. I would rather be in a big old house than whatever Mr. Wolf can come knock down.
Yeah, and I didn't think this one through because, as you explained earlier, there's no windows or doors. So I'm just in there in the twin bed, which I would not fit in.
Freezing your ass off.
So I'd probably be on the floor, freezing, probably raining. I'm just imagining that in my mind.
You'd be sitting with your legs and your knees pressed against your chest on that bed, just holding whatever defensive weapon you had, just sitting in the corner of it.
I imagine it's just a leaf blower, and I'm just slowly running out the gas in it. Exactly.
Oh, man.
I make people think that I have a chainsaw, but in actuality, I have the leaf blower.
You know what? That's a pretty good deterrent, because if I heard that from an abandoned groundskeeper's shack, I would probably not approach it.
Yeah, and
What's that sound?
To mention, at the very end, you said that now it's nightfall, so you would just be hearing that in pitch black darkness.
Right.
Like, where is it?
I'm scaring myself. I think I would hype myself up too much. I would get scared of myself. I gotta go.
Definitely.
Will you guys let me in if I am too scared?
No,
or am
you
I
made your
locked
choice.
out?
Oh yeah, you're gonna come knocking on our mansion with that like leaf blower idling sound? Absolutely not.
You're gonna bring.
No, I would leave the
you're
leaf
gonna
blower
bring
just
the
to be more presentable.
Oh, okay. I'll think about it.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
think
let me
very
into the
hard
house
about
that you guys have both B&D'd in. Yeah,
It
sure.
was
do me
abandoned.
the-
You don't.
do me
Hey,
the
squatters'
gesture.
rights. Squatters' rights, buddy.
Oh, damn it. I forgot about that too. All
You know
right.
what? You know what else we forgot about?
What?
These ads.
Hey, everybody. We just wanted to do a shout out really quick to somebody who reached out to us. And we checked out their podcast called The Men of Misfortune.
They go through topics like true crime, anime, news stories, and they even do interviews with bands, comics, artists, and even celebrities.
Very cool stuff they're doing over there. As you guys know, I'm a personal fan of the Donner Party lore.
Yeah, I just listened to that episode.
Absolutely. So I was stoked to see that on their thing. For the more grizzled veterans, there's some Unit 731. There's a couple serial killers they've dove into, but they all do it with some levity. These guys are hilarious. They have a bunch of chemistry. I love listening to them. There's four guys, so there's a full squad.
Yep.
So that's been taking up my time on my morning commutes, and we just wanted to take the time to shout out once again, Men of Misfortune. I know they're on Instagram. That's how we communicated in the first part. But I listen to them on Spotify, but I'm sure they're available everywhere.
Yeah, in fact, they even have a new episode on Om Shinrikyo that I'm excited to check out.
Damn, if you like Colts, that's the one for you.
Which I do.
Oh no.
So go ahead and check them out wherever you can find any sort of podcast at Men of Misfortune.
Hell yes.
Well, I have bad news for both of you.
Oh, no. Let's hear it.
I lied to you guys.
About?
Neither of you were safe in the groundskeeper's shack or the house, and I'm sorry to say you've both died.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Yeah. The third option was staying in the car, and that was the only way you were going to live, but here we are.
We didn't think that one through.
Just stay put.
Yeah.
No. But I forgot to mention this. There's a little bit of good news at the end of this. You've both become ghosts. So that's fun, right?
We get a second chance.
Yeah, we could like phase through walls and all kinds of mischief.
Yeah, just do fun ghost stuff. And I actually have a question for you guys because there's a way to release your spirit, but you have to do it by haunting people. So if you were going to release your spirit into the afterlife, what would you do to haunt people? Now you can choose a victim or you can choose a house.
Yeah. Okay.
But I would say you got to stick with one or the other. So if you choose a victim, you would be able to follow them around and haunt them like throughout their life. Or if you choose a house, you're kind of stuck there. But it could be a nice house.
I'm going to choose a house.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Mr. Location.
So if people were staying there, I'd during the night when they're sleeping, I'd do it quietly because I'm a ghost. I can do it however I want.
This is sinister right off the bat. I do it quietly when they're sleeping.
But before, like, what kind of house is this? Your apartment? Where are you at?
Yeah, where are you haunting?
Can it be?
Is it like Jeff Bezos's like fifth mansion?
It's gonna be a famous Airbnb spot that people travel to.
Very nice.
So something in San Francisco.
But would it be famous just for the mere fact that it's haunted, but it's haunted by you?
Yeah. What if it's like the Winchester Mansion where it's famous for being haunted?
Or the
very cool.
The Overlook Hotel.
Yeah, the Stanley Hotel, I think it is the real location.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of those. But
I like it.
At night I would basically so messed up. Take all the furniture in the house and just put it on the ceiling. At night, I'd take all the furniture they've had and just glue it to the ceiling. So when they wake up for breakfast, they're going to have to take it all down somehow.
Ooh.
It's going to spend their entire half day just getting everything down.
Would you take the lighting fixtures and hang them like right side up on the floor?
Yeah, I'd put them on the floor instead of the ceiling. So everything is just reversed. Yeah. So they'll trip out.
So you're more of a haunting for annoyance than for terror.
Well, I mean, wouldn't it be terrorizing to see that?
I think it would annoy me. I'd be like, oh, this freaking guy, man.
Again?
This is like the 10th time with the dining room.
It would just become annoying.
It would scare me.
At first, I guess.
For
I
sure.
mean,
for sure.
If it's every night, then
then you'd after the third time, you're like, God damn it.
This has got to stop, man. Come on.
What if they start gluing the stuff down the right way?
Oh God!
They start nailing it all to
they want to play games. They want to play games.
Well, how dare they not want to get haunted by you? Yes. Oh, you want to take it up a notch?
Oh,
Damn. The devious king.
I'd also. There's a game on Steam. It's called Phasmophobia, where you're a team of, I guess technically, like ghost hunters, and you're in this house, and you try to find clues to figure out which ghosts you're investigating. And while this is happening, the ghost can kill you, and if he gets you, you become a ghost in the game, like a spectator. But you can take items and throw them in front of people, throw them off. So it looks like the ghost through it.
Oh,
Yeah,
no way.
I always
That's
thought that was
cool.
fun.
And you can flip the lights on and off too.
Yeah. So I do those kind of things too. That's probably more annoying as well. So I think I'd be like an annoying ghost.
Going for
How long
optimal
do you
annoyance.
how long do you think you'd have to haunt somebody before your spirit was released?
Spirit would what?
Before your spirit was released, how long do you think you'd have to haunt people in that same mansion? Like, what if it was like 200 years? That's your time frame,
Mhm.
and you have to keep haunting people.
For 200 years?
Yeah.
That'd get kind of boring. I don't know. Doing the same thing.
Just inflicting
Same
all this
house?
terror on people. It's just kind of boring. I'm kind of over
You're
it.
like,
Yeah, same house.
yeah, I'm kind
Yeah.
of stuck there, like you said. I'm kind of regretting this
Yeah,
decision.
you're in prison there, basically chained to the house.
But I took it, so I'll just have to live with it until my time is up. And
Well, you're not living.
well,
You'll have to dead with it.
okay.
I don't know.
All right, Cale, what would you do?
Well, hearing Tyler's point, I was kind of thinking it would be cool to hunt like a specific stretch of like a trail or something,
Oh, okay.
like in the redwoods or something like that. But then being bound to one place, especially if it's like 200 years, I think would be tough. I don't know how your like time would pass if you're a ghost, but maybe haunting I was going to say a family instead of a person. Oh my God. Haunting a family.
So-
Sure. I'll haunt
So
a
you
family.
can go down the lineage.
If I haunt a specific family or person, is the time the same? Like it's still 200 years of like, what happens if they don't have any more?
No, so I mean, you'd be choosing a person to haunt, so your spirit would release after you were done haunting them, whether they died or. Yeah, I guess it would just be after they died. You just have to haunt them to death.
Oh, then for sure I'll get the haunting a specific person.
He'll do everything in his power just to make it go quick.
All right.
There was a guy at Portos that gave me the wrong pastry in the box, and now his ass is grass.
Ooh. It's on
That
his
means
list.
I also going to be at Portos if I'm haunting him.
That's true. But
Portos
that
and
would
wherever
be
he
like-
goes home.
So haunting to you is never being able to eat Portos again, but having to
damn it.
follow this dude.
Torture myself.
Yeah. What if you had
I
to
mean-
like you couldn't ever be more than like 5-10 feet away from this person you're haunting? So like you have to be there in the bathroom and at the largest moments of their life.
Oh God.
I'm just standing proudly next to them when they're getting married or their kids graduate college or all this other stuff. I'm like, this is fantastic.
Yeah, but you'd show up in the photos too, just like little glimmers.
That would be a little spicy. And this person, I'm haunting them. Are they able to see me? Because what if I'm haunting them, but I'm also broing
Yeah,
down
what's the
at same time?
connection level of these two beings?
Well,
They would
can they
be- so-
physically see me? Can I manifest?
I would say that they would be very aware of your presence, and if you're going to manifest, it would only be in their dreams. That way, they
that would
don't
be
know it's real or
awesome.
not.
That would be really cool to like haunt them in the dreams. Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that, but like I would do like more like Tyler said, not playful shit, but like annoying things, like misplacing their keys.
Yeah.
Or
So you
like-
wouldn't outright just try and kill them? Like,
no, I feel like
just open the elevator doors and make them think like the
No.
elevator's there.
Ooh. Even though I have like maybe I wouldn't have a conscience anymore since I'm dead. But like I feel like that would be like crappy. I would just try to annoy them forever so they're less like perpetually annoyed
Right.
versus like terrorized. I mean, I'll go that route versus just like straight up like terror.
Just keep it so their pant legs are always wet. Same with their cuffs on their sleeves.
Right.
Make it so
Just
there's
doing
only
all-
one battery in the remote.
Right. Taking their batteries, moving their
Every
keys,
fucking time.
adjusting their car seat the wrong way, like doing all kinds of little things, leaving their fridge door open.
Make it so there's static on every new TV that they buy.
Exactly. So I'd rather have the effect of like haunting this person or this family to, instead of like any kind of any shrieking or any kind of horror, I'd just be like, ah.
It just sighs.
And they just see me in the background with my arms crossed, just like very, very proud of myself. Very, yes, the plan is coming together.
Is there a way to haunt somebody without being
with love?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was trying to say.
With what?
With love, like you're overly
like a friendly ghost, or like a
Casper type.
Yeah.
It could technically still be a haunting because the place is haunted by you, but you're not doing anything to that person.
You mean good?
That's true. You both are just the ones who decided to go evil with it.
God damn it, Tyler. We never think it through, and every time we do the wrong thing.
Corey tells us after the fact.
I'm gonna haunt them.
He's like, you could have went this way.
I give you options, and this is where you go.
No.
It's really coming out. People are really getting a glimpse into us, and I feel like I'm pretty straight laced at work. If anybody at work listens to this, they're gonna be like, "That guy."
We need to
keep an eye on that.
Watch this guy now.
Yeah, verify. He needs to be.
You're gonna see like a little we didn't have to security camera in your cubicle the next time you go to.
Oh God, yeah, just under constant supervision,
surveillance.
Well, we obviously opted instantly to be terrible people, even after death. So, Corey, what would your choice be in this one if you had to make this choice?
Let's see.
Well, I think that I would follow suit, Cale. I would haunt somebody else. I don't think I'd want to be stuck to a home or something. Just the prospects of haunting somebody that like, I think I could enjoy that. Because like you're saying, just f***ing with somebody and like letting out the air in 2 tires before they go to work.
Right.
Like real simple stuff. And then showing up if they have any kids and like spooking them out. Nothing weird. I just like stand in the corner and make their toys move or something.
I feel like, like you just, if you were able to manifest, like I asked earlier, I think it would be just really creepy. You never do anything, but you're just in the corner. Like all of those horror movies, when they flip the light on, you're out. Right. But whenever they put it back, you're always there.
Or you see my face in like the shower fog.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that would be terrible.
It would be like Corey's face in the coffee mug with the little creamer. His face would just appear.
The little creamer getting poured in. It's just Corey's spooky face, like staring back at me, like ah.
Yeah, but the problem is I got long brown hair and a beard, so they'd be like, "Wow, Jesus appeared in my waffle this morning."
It's a sign.
It's a sign, guys. We're on the right path, and then Corey's just perpetually like making your life a living hell.
Oh my God!
What if I haunt them to the point where they like graciously find religion and they like become healed and humbled through the rest of their life?
You're like, there's been so many signs of.
I was going through a hard time, just a lot of these things just started happening in my life, and then I saw Jesus in my waffle, and now I'm doing a lot better. That I say thank you to him every night before I go to bed.
Yeah. Corey, you can be someone's savior.
Wow.
It's true.
I just had to die to do it.
Damn. The ultimate price.
I knew I had a purpose, and it's to die.
I would like, I know I said I would be a nuisance, but I would really like to manifest myself and just be, because obviously I'm tall and big and all this stuff. If I'm just like in the corner, like,
you'd be horrified
and just like anything. And especially I'm just this is terrible, because if I saw this I would freak out, but like I would be in a place where the doors are a little bit lower. I have to like duck through most doorways, but that would be creepy as hell. Like I open like a kid's room or like the teenagers, and I'm just like duck through the doorway, and all you see is the shadow of this like huge person coming in. Oh my God. And they flip on the light, I'm gone. It would mess with my brain so much.
Or what if you were the one who opened the doorway, entered in like that, and then flipped on the light switch while they were like staring the whole time?
And I'm just like strobe lighting it, like
you keep coming closer as
I'm
like every time the lights
getting
come
closer
up.
With the arm like drawn out. Oh man!
As this ghost, do you get to choose which age?
So here, I was just gonna go right into this too.
Yeah, all right. I have mine.
So I think you are a ghost, and when you become a ghost, you are the age that you died at. Sorry, old people. But like you're also naked because you can't take your clothes with you in the afterlife. But you're a ghost, so it doesn't really matter.
Right.
Mhm.
That's it. That's the only rules. You
Okay.
die and you look like the age you are, and you're naked.
And you're
so have
naked.
fun with that.
It's not bad.
Can it just?
I think it would be even creepier to be haunted by a naked ghost instead of like a clothed entity. Because, you see them in movies and they're always wearing like hoods or some type of creepy outfit.
Yeah, or
but just having
tattered
some
clothes.
dude who's nearly 7 foot tall and nude standing in the corner of my room as I'm trying to sleep, fuck that.
Damn.
What if? Because you're a ghost, you could probably morph your body
Oh yeah.
in any way. What if you're just like a head, like a floating head?
Damn.
Is that possible?
You could do it. You could do anything. You could be like hovering above them. You could do all that stuff if you manifest yourself. Tyler, I think it's kind of a cool thing. Like you're an Airbnb, right? So you're attached to the house.
Mm-hmm.
Like you could do awesome stuff, like opening all the doors at the same time, slamming all the windows at the same time. You could really like scare the hell out of people by just the house.
Yeah, I feel like
Alone.
you'd have a lot more power if you like haunted a house than a person.
Yeah.
Because
For
like
sure.
having control over the entire house would be, like Cale said, much more frightening.
Right. And then you'd have a lot of like people. If you're in a house, and specifically an Airbnb, right? You would imagine like a group of people go.
Yeah.
You'd be haunting groups of people at a time versus Corey and I with a singular person or a family.
That would be a real fun caper.
Might have a lot of negative reviews and
Your Airbnb
Possibly.
just gets shut
Yeah.
down. It's like 4 stars, ghost.
That's what would be wild too. If you had like a group of people come in, you could like make it so it's a scenario where they all think they're doing something to each other. Like
Right.
take
Oh, no.
somebody's luggage and put it in another person's room.
So you
and
just-
then
You could
like,
ruin friendships.
Just turn
and
families on
all
each other.
kinds
Yeah.
of stuff.
yeah, make them kill each other.
Oh,
I'm just
God.
imagining like them playing Monopoly and you just rolling the dice so one person gets screwed over
Oh,
every
Cale
time.
would be livid.
I would. That's enough to kill.
Yeah.
Well, you guys know what I hope isn't haunting? Listening to these wonderful ads. Hi, folks. My name is Corey Andre, creator and host of the Weekly Tall Talk. I would like to say thank you for listening to today's episode. If you like what you've been hearing, we would love to know what you think. After the episode, don't forget to leave a comment or reach out to us on our socials, where you can find us at the Weekly Tall Talk. We're excited to say that we're working on a couple other awesome projects for this year. If you would like to know more about that or find out what else we're working on, we have a Patreon and Discord that you can subscribe to, where we can be found at Tall Tale Network. And if you have any other questions or ideas for what you'd like us to discuss on the show, please email us at talltalenetwork@gmail.com.
And we're back.
Well, thanks for joining me again on the last half of this show, guys. I have another question for you that I hope you're excited to answer, because you don't have a choice and we're paying you to be here.
Always excited. Always maximum effort.
Let's do it.
Perfect. Well, we've kind of talked about some spooky scenarios tonight, most of which both of you have turned violent. So let's continue on with that line of logic. And the question for you is, what archetype would you be in a horror movie? There's a lot of people that play different characters, but the typical ones is like the lone survivor, the stoner, the first person to die, or the virgin. No, the virgin always lives. But then there's like the comic relief, or the person who doesn't believe what's happening.
Textbook.
There's the smart one who tries to figure it out. Or would you guys continue on your streak and be the killer? Cale, let's start with you. I know you're chomping at the bit to say this one, and I think I know the answer.
Sparkle in his eyes.
I'll let you announce it. I'll let you announce it because you already know what I want.
Oh, God.
You want to be the killer?
I am the killer.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yes.
Cale's the killer.
God.
Speaking of this,
He's been
you guys have
waiting
heard
for
this.
minutes.
Oh yeah, minutes chomping at the bit for this one. But you guys have heard this story. several times. We were out celebrating a birthday at a Dave and Buster's.
Wait. Is this the time where you almost killed a second person?
No. I'll save that for later on in the season. This doesn't end like that. But we were out there. We were just playing random games. We were hanging out. Everybody was doing this. And this middle-aged man came up to me. And, I thought that was a little strange. I was like, what's going on here? Mm-hmm. And he was like, have you acted before? And I was like, no, I've never thought of doing that. I've never pursued it, blah, blah. And he proceeded to give me his business card. And he says, I have a movie that we're trying to do, an indie movie.
Whoa.
We're about a killer chef. And he said, you
Really?
probably won't have any lines. You're just going to be doing a lot of screaming and you would be killing people. And being younger and being insecure, I never called him about it. And it's one of the major regrets in my life.
Oh my God.
I know, man.
I could, that's crazy because like I look at you and think the exact same thing.
Okay. It's not getting better for me.
Could have been like Miller's Machete Madness Volume 2.
Ooh. It writes itself.
Right?
Yeah, you could be like, rip the chef.
Damn, I didn't
or
know
some
that story.
shit.
That's awesome.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I really do in hindsight regret it. So anytime there's opportunities for thing, I kind of tend to jump on it. When we brought up the podcast, I was in full bore.
Yeah.
Because I do truly regret that. I feel like it would have, even if it was terrible, which it probably would have been, it would have been so fun to have that and have those memories and have
Sure.
like the video of it and be able to do it. I really wish I was more comfortable with myself back then. I think I was just too young and just fresh in my brain and blah, blah, blah. But
what's great
I really
about the
wish I did it.
podcast is now you have the opportunity.
There you
And
go.
if anyone's out there looking
Yes.
for a killer chef or any type of gargantuan killer or what Tyler has to say.
Or Hagrid, let us know.
Oh,
Right,
reshoot
right.
it. Young Hagrid.
A young Hagrid.
For sure.
Yes.
You're a bitch ass, Harry.
Ooh.
Perfect.
No, but definitely wish I had done that. I really am a firm believer now, and especially my dad gave me advice. He's like, never pass up stuff because you'll regret it, and then living with that, the kind of regret, even for something as stupid as a low budget movie as it was going to be. I really wish I had done it. So
Just hit him up now.
hopefully someone out there will want me to kill someone.
Just hit him up now.
On
find
film.
find the business card and call him up tonight.
Find it. Yeah. I'll dig through my records. Hey, remember when you offered me a job at the David Buster's like 12 years ago?
Hey,
Are you
man.
still interested?
He's probably still waiting. He's probably waiting for that call,
Hey.
to be honest.
You're like, why hasn't that guy called me? It's his one regret in life that I never called.
Yeah.
I
No,
want to go
but-
back to something that you tried to gloss over with some jokes. You said that you would be willing to kill people on film. So is that, and just for my personal knowledge, is this for snuff films or is this for films?
Oh, film.
Right.
Wink,
right.
wink.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bunch of winks.
So when I wink, don't say wink.
You don't say
Then they
wink.
know I'm winking. Don't just
Keep screwing
You're
up.
next.
Cale will be in either your your art film or your college horror film.
Yeah. Hit me up, guys. I'm there. So you guys both knew I was demented before the show started, and now
That's fair.
the true colors are coming out. But now I need to hear from you two.
Well, I got one more question before we pass this on to Tyler.
Oh,
If you're the killer, what are you killing with? What's your getup? Are you this killer's chef we've heard so much about?
I would really love like the movie to just be like called like Cast Iron Hellbound, and it's just me murdering people with like a cast iron pot.
Bing.
Just
need
the sound effects alone. Boom, bing, boom.
Oh my God.
Cale the
I
cast iron killer.
I can see it.
Just rolling on that. I would think like the chef thing is the only thing in my mind because I blew it. But being like a mountain man, kind of rugged killer, like anything makeshift, kind of something like that. I would love like an old timey Western where I'm like a serial killer or something.
Ooh.
Oh, that'd be cool. You never see those.
Yeah, that would be dope. So yeah, maybe something around that. If chef guys out there and you by some miracle hear this,
If you still need a killer, Cale is
I'm
on
in.
board.
All
All
for
right,
any
Tyler.
type
Well,
of film.
we've given you some time here. So, which archetype would you be?
You know,
The stoner?
no.
The ganja god.
People know me to be kind of like the goofball guy, so I'm gonna be the comic relief in the group in the movie.
could
or
see it.
whatever. Yeah, right.
I like
Okay.
it. I like it.
I'll make a.
I think you're typically the second last to die, so that's perfect.
Hey, I've
Yeah,
made-
but you also have the potential to, in most movies, or they set you up to where you could be the heroic person after being the comic guy. So you could be the hero that saves the last person or the group or whatever.
That's true. Look at Evil Dead.
Oh,
Yeah.
very true. Yeah. I'd be the try to make the most. I would try to make the best out of the situation that we're in with humor. I don't know if that's gonna work, but
I think if like I was trapped with you somewhere and you started making jokes, I would turn on you probably.
Yeah, the whole group just gets
The whole
really
group
upset.
just like
All right.
silently turns
Off 'em.
around and just looks at him. It's like,
okay.
guys, we're gonna be laughing about this in 10 years, and they're like, oh yeah.
Huh.
as we're staring at the first victim's mutilated corpse.
You're
Yeah,
like,
just like he won't be laughing.
well,
You just got yourself a
now I
hunting,
know where
mister.
both of you stand. So I don't know if I chose the right decision.
Well, it depends on the material, man. If the material's
Hey,
gold,
I'll
like what
have-
you've been putting out on here, then maybe
I'll have
I'll
some
laugh so
material.
hard I get killed because the
From
killer
laugh-
hears me laughing.
Oh, I thought you were gonna die from laughter.
No, that might be his secret motive, Corey. He
Right.
might try to make us laugh to give away our position so that we end up getting
Jeez.
killed instead of him.
Right.
It's all coming together. I'm on to you.
Or he tries to make the killer laugh, and that's his secret weapon is the goofs and japes that he has.
Would that not be more creepy?
Oh my
Say
god!
Tyler's telling you a joke down there, and I overhear it, and I'm the killer in the other room, and like
Yeah.
there's all this tense shit, and then you just hear, and then my stomping around the house continues. Just
We'll be
that's
like,
funny.
hell no. Oh.
You just
What
point
the hell
at
is
him, give
that?
him the side eye like you, and then you
You
walk away.
sly dog, you. Now
You
come
get
here,
one
Tyler.
freebie.
The laughing.
No, but I do see you filling that role very well. I really do.
Yeah, me too.
Hey, all this talk, maybe we'll make our own indie movie.
Oh, I'd be down for that.
Hey, we could do short skits. There's YouTube
Hey, we
shorts.
could-
There's all kinds of stuff.
Hey.
We could take the short story we wrote and just expand on it.
Let's do it. I'm in for that. 100%.
It's written down. We can't lose it this time.
Yeah. So I'd be the comic relief, but I need to hear from Corey. I need to hear his insight.
I'm very curious about
Yes.
this one.
This has got to be a good
You
one.
know, I've been on the fence about two different ones, and I'll give you the reason why. I was thinking, okay, I would obviously be the first to die. Look at me. I'm not running anywhere. And I would be the first person to leave the group and say, you know what? I need to go outside for a cigarette or a coffee. I'm an introvert. I need my time alone.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Like, I don't know who's worse, you guys or the killer. Honestly,
Yeah.
the way you make me feel.
Well, we wouldn't know there was a killer yet.
You'd
I'd
be
get
the
my
first
head
one to
caved in with a cast iron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you'd be the
So you've had
so it
enough
was-
of.
the lone
It
survivor.
was either that or the lone survivor. Exactly.
What if you were the
because
What if you were the lone survivor who was first to die? It's two
You'd
and
be
one.
dead.
well, you wouldn't be the lone survivor. It's kind of implied, right?
It's like the first to die.
Or the lone
He's
survivor.
already dead.
Mm.
It's either or, Tyler. You can't do these combos.
Why
I
not?
think Tyler's the stoner archetype after that
Yeah, I
comment.
think it's coming out, man.
The comic relief stoner.
But what if you
Bro,
died
just
first?
listen to me.
And then
Let me
you
explain.
were the last one
You're not
alive,
getting what
brother.
I'm saying, bro. Come on.
Dude, you're not riding the wave I need you to
You're not
be
on my wavelength.
for the script.
You guys.
Yeah, I think Tyler could play both roles.
You know what? I'm gonna be
That's
all.
true. You could be
But I'm not.
funny while you're high.
Oh.
Yeah. I've known one funny stoner.
One.
What? There can only be one Tyler at the time.
But if I had to make a choice, though, I would be the first to die, because I want to get. The first kill is almost always the most brutal, and
Yes.
it's what really sets the pace for the rest of the film to happen. And I think more people would probably remember me for my screen time, for my acting chops and the way that I yelled being murdered. I think I could really pick up on some roles going afterwards,
I think so.
Yeah.
But on the flip side of that, your other choice, I could really see you doing that as well, because there's been a couple times in these episodes, including the island episode, where you're like, I do not want to be around you guys. I'm not returning. So I think the lone wolf is also very like just right under the surface for you. So I could see you thriving in that. Like Tyler and I are obviously going to be trapped somewhere or in a predicament, and you were just like, nope.
And I know exactly what it would be too. It would be about halfway during the film when the first, second, or third person has been killed, and there's keys to the Volkswagen Beetle outside, and I just take it. It's like, I just screw everybody else over. Yep. I'm out. I'm not dealing with this. God. And then when the group is trying to make their decision, you just hear me start up the car in the background and then fucking leave. And I'm out of the film.
Hey, where's Corey?
And if we're setting the scene like at the 3-story mansion, and there happens to be a car outside, Tyler and I are just banging on those giant windows, watching you drive down the pathway, busting open the gate and out.
Go back.
Damn. The lone survivor. Either way, I think we made some good choices, guys. I think I would watch this movie. I'm a little biased, but I would watch it.
Well, speaking of movies, do you guys have a favorite horror movie?
Ooh.
I really love the group dynamic, but I really, tell me about it.
I watch a lot of horror films, more than I did in the past, because my girlfriend's really into all that. I don't have a favorite one, but I definitely watched them a lot more than I did before. So
that's good.
What about you, Cale?
Okay.
You got one?
Oh, I know mine right off the bat. My favorite horror movie is
Texas Chainsaw. Damn it.
What?
I do love the Texas Chainsaw movies, especially the most recent one they put on Netflix. It was hilarious.
Oh.
But The Descent is by far my favorite like horror movie or something that's anxiety inducing for me. I'm not claustrophobic, but other people getting stuck, like I'm not worried about myself getting stuck, but if I see someone stuck, well, I mean, I guess that's claustrophobia. If it's not you, would it count?
Well, if it's not you imagining yourself in that situation, then I would say no. But if you're like, oh, that character embodies me and this is how I would feel, then I'd say there's a little bit of claustrophobia there.
If people at home haven't watched this film, including myself, what is it about?
Ooh, Tyler, I'm glad you asked, brother.
Good question,
Do I have a deal for you?
Thanks.
Wow. I'm just saying. It's about cave spelunking.
Ooh, okay.
Are you familiar with that?
Just deep diving?
Not cave diving, but basically like...
Just going into caves.
Yeah, I would equate it to like rock climbing, like a little bit of rock climbing, but underground.
Like with harnesses, or they just like jump straight into like pools?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, in the movie, they have harnesses because you're traversing like these deep caverns and like, bottomless pit areas and all of these things. And I also like it because it's an all-woman cast, which I thought was awesome.
Yeah, that's
so
pretty
that
cool.
was cool. And it has plenty of blood and gore and just very uncomfortable scenes.
Yeah, the situations that they get into like every 10 minutes, you're just like, you just hate it.
It's
like I said, the whole thing's really claustrophobic, and like all the characters are really close to the camera.
Right.
You can't see anything like outside of what they're trying to show you because there's no light.
And a lot of the stuff is, like Corey said, headlamps, flares. It's very dark. It's very ominous. And since you haven't watched it, Tyler, and I want you to watch it.
No spoilers.
Maybe the environment is not the only bad thing that they encounter down there.
Oh, no.
I'll leave it at that.
Oh, God. I need to watch it myself.
It's
so
great,
check out
man.
The Descent.
I love
It's been out since like I think 2012 or something like that. It's
Oh,
a little
yeah, it's
older,
been
but
around
it's a
for a
good
while.
film.
Sweet.
I think they made a sequel that picks up right after the events, but I haven't seen it.
Absolutely. No, I rocked with the original, and that was that. What about you, Corey?
Awesome.
Well, I love horror movies. They're basically the only things I watch anymore. If you guys couldn't tell.
Fair enough.
I just love the genre. Everything from 70s and the 80s slasher flicks. And again, like my archetype, I'm kind of between two choices. Because The Thing is a 5 out of 5. It's the perfect movie, in my opinion. I love body horror. I love practical effects. The lighting is gorgeous. But I also watched a movie with Tyler during our movie club.
I knew this was coming.
Yeah, I love this film. It's called Terrifier 2.
Oh yeah.
There it is.
We had a blast.
Watch the first one, watch the second one, but only if you like exploit slasher film. Like they're gross, tons of gore, lots of practical effects, and everybody is miserable. It's really fun, and I recommend it. Just like I recommend these ads.
I'd like to give a shout out tonight to a company that I've recently gotten into called Las Gomitas Picositas, owned by my friend and his girl, Sal. Basically own a candy company, anything you could think of, from pineapple. They have Skittles, watermelon, peach rings, and they basically put chamoy on it. I think I said that right. Chamoy and tajin.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like the Mexican candies that you love. Yeah, those are the best.
Well, you sent us those pictures today and they got my mouth watering, man. I need an order.
Right? I have the pineapple in my backpack and I've just been picking at it like during my break and lunch.
I'm excited because you guys are going to send me some in the mail. I can't wait to try.
Right?
Yeah.
Then we could show it off to all you guys
Perfect.
when they come. So yeah, he's been doing that and he's been getting like a lot of orders and it's really picking up for him. He's getting merch. So I'm really happy for him. So I'd like to share that with you, Sal. So keep going at it and good luck with everything. And if you want to know more about Las Gomitas Picositas, you can find them on their Instagram at Las Gomitas Picositas. I can spell that out for you. That's LAS space GOMITAS space PICOSITAS. They're in their early stages, but they're going to start looking into shipping soon. So any of you fans out there that want to get into the spiciness, can get into that soon. So yeah, go check them out. Thank you. Oh.
And we're back. I hope the descent into those ads weren't too Terrifier 2.
Dose.
Alrighty.
All right, I got one last question to ask you guys.
Let's
ask
do
you
it.
folks, ask you people while we're still here. If you were to make a brand new horror film, what type of movie do you think it would be? Because we have like psychological thrillers, we got slasher flicks, we got...
I think I haven't seen too many of them, but a film that is directly just a first person from the creatures or killer's view.
a POV.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that would
POV,
be really
yeah.
dope.
I haven't seen too many. I don't
That
really
would be
think there are
really
many.
cool.
Have you guys seen any movies that are like that?
I've seen,
No,
yeah,
so
not
write that
horror
down.
movies. There's
Yeah.
Hardcore Henry, which is POV,
Right.
and then
Yeah, yeah,
there's
That's what came
one
to my mind.
other that I've seen. I don't recall what it is, but they're both like action fight movies.
Mm-hmm.
Right. The last like 30 minutes of
There you
Doom.
go. Yeah.
Yeah, and the second Doom.
Carl Urban just
So I think that'd be a great idea. Just to
that would be so sick because you could see maybe like the potential people like you're either trying
Stalking.
to kill or like a group
Yeah.
or whatever. You could be like behind a door and overhearing their conversation, or you hear them run one way, so you like make your way down. Dude, that is a awesome. That idea is killer.
Nice. I did think of one that Tyler, I think you and Christina would actually love. It's
let's hear
called
it.
Maniac, and it's a remake of a movie they did in the 80s.
Okay.
But the new one is
Yeah.
with Elijah Wood, and I think it's all from his
What?
perspective.
Frodo.
Yeah, check it
Damn.
out. It's creepy as hell.
Maniac.
It's definitely worth everybody's time if you like horror films.
It's POV.
Yes, I think the almost the entire thing's point of view from Elijah Wood.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's
Yeah,
really
I am
cool.
interested.
So would
But
you
y-
be like a serial killer? Would you be a creature, like an alien creature, or what would your gimmick be?
That's a really good question.
Would you be a ghost?
I think I'd be like a creature, and then the movie would start from being born in like this. How do I explain it?
like a little embryo.
Like a pod or something. Yeah, embryo. And then you just like evolve over time in the film, and the camera gets, like your height gets bigger, and then things change about you. Like you grow different limbs, and you can actually see them in the film. And
you like look down and see
like
claws
wrapping
develop.
around.
Yeah. I don't know how you can do it. Yeah, in a
sick.
film that short of time, but I'm pretty sure you can. But I think that'd be pretty awesome just to have that as a movie.
That sounds dope.
And then just a movie like that of the creature just evolving, and then maybe stalking people, and like Cale said, their conversations, and kind of like learning from them. And
before you kill them. Give me your knowledge.
Yeah, that'd be really dope. I think that would be fun to see, because like we said, like outside of I think Maniac, there has never really been something like this. So there, like, you could get really creative with the kills, or really come up with some creative characters.
Let's patent this now before anyone else steals this.
Yeah, well, you know what? We'll have to buy the $450 trademark just for this episode.
That's fine. I'm all in.
We're all in. It'll pay off later, boys. It's an investment.
That's why we
ourselves.
did the ad plug at the beginning of the show for Patreon. Yeah, so they've already probably done it during the ads now, and we're good for these movies.
Well, I'm sure everybody bought in, and
every single person, all 14 of us listening.
Perfect. So now you guys know my choice for my type of movie that I'd like to create. Let's hear yours, Corey. What are we getting?
I don't think it's time for me yet. I got to create one. Cale, you got to take this for me.
All right, Cale, what are we getting in theaters at the Regal in 2024?
Yeah, is it chef related in any way?
Just everything's food related. Just I can't escape my demons. No, this is a little biased because of the book I'm reading right now.
A what you're reading?
A book?
A book. I learned how to read within the last
I don't even know
year,
what words you're saying right now, but continue with your story. I'll try and follow.
Oh, perfect. Exactly. Well, I'm reading The Indifferent Stars Above. It's a book by Daniel Brown about the Donner Party. Specifically following one woman. She's 21, Sarah Graves, and it's like her interactions and her story within this is
nonfiction.
And I'm sure there's movies been made about it, but like the grim details and everything, like what first got me into it, I've heard about the Donner Party because obviously cannibalism, right? Really sticks out when you're younger. And that's like, I've latched in my brain forever. And then I listened to the last pod. They did a deep dive into that. And
our good friends over at the Med of Misfortune did a really great 2-parter on it.
Exactly. We just listened to that the other day. And all of their information, speaking of just last pod, came directly from this book.
Oh, okay.
A lot of their information. So I was like, I'd like to get like a little more in-depth read on that. And I think just to capture on film the horror of like, you could die from anything and everything just in that time period from infection to rattlesnakes to getting trampled to getting like just life itself is so much scarier sometimes in just the hardships that those people had to go through. And then the ultimate stress for survival in terms of like eating other people's family members and doing these things. I think it would be really gory. Just in the simple fact of like everyone dying from everything, and then the actual cannibalism, and then the people that go crazy in the very end whenever the search parties get there. And I just think like, even though that's maybe been done before, I'm not sure if there's Donner Party movies outside of like documentaries, but to do like a real in-depth, like really hardcore view of that would be, I think, pretty shocking to most people. And then it's like, well, this is what happened. So it's like the human condition of like, you're sitting, say you see this in the theater and you're thinking, okay, I'm in here with a bunch of other people. Like half of us would have died if all of us were going on this adventure. And then some of us would be eaten by the other people. So just for like the relativity of it, of like you putting yourself in that situation, I think something like that, or a frontier like horror movie. Like I said, I'm partial to that stuff. I'm really into it. So like a Donner Party movie or a thing where
wait, if you're gonna make a Donner, is it Donner Party inspired, or would you just want to tell the tale of the Donner Party? There's always the question of how far do you go with the extremism, because these are real people, it was real events, and showing that they still probably, some of them, the survivors, probably still have family alive.
Right. And it would be definitely hard to, I think you would have to go above and beyond, especially with what we saw from the Dahmer series on Netflix. They did not inform those families that this was happening, or their likeness.
Well, I think
was
that
being
they
created.
reached out to like 30 people, but only one person like reached out back to him or something. I know they reached out to some, but they didn't get permission to tell some of the tales. That's why that's one of the episodes they just combined 2 people and made an episode out of it.
Right. So, I mean, I would think we would want to do the right thing if you're trying to, like, with such a sensitive subject. Like you said, it's all descendants. It's not like anybody like living from that time period, obviously, or anything. It was 80 years ago, something like that. So you would still want to have it be fragile because it's still like human life. It's still everything. But I would want to do it to where it's like as grim as it could be. I think to like just really like hammer home what those people went through, and I think, sometimes there's that old adage, truth is stranger than fiction. And it's like the fact that this stuff happened, instead of you like just thinking, oh, cannibals, like they got attacked, and no, it's like, you're going to die. And, the human spirit to persevere and to try to do it. It's like, sure. Is it like the worst thing you could do to another person? Probably. But
listen, cannibals get a pass in my book, especially if it's under survival. I don't think that's the worst thing you can do to another human. Because typically the people you're eating are already dead. What was that, Tyler?
I just want to wait. Were they all alive when this happened, or some were dead? Or
oh no, basically everybody was dying off, and then they'd eat the dead.
Okay, I want to know who like started it, like who had the the first decision. Yeah,
the first bite or what?
That's just crazy.
I know at one particular time, there was a group that went ahead from the main camps whenever they were trapped in the Sears, and there was a person of each group died from these separate families or these separate groups that were traveling, and everybody divided up into groups to eat another person from another person's family. So you didn't have to eat. No one had to eat their own. So that was like as best as they could do in the situation. Jeez. So I think like that could be like a horror movie for sure, because it's like human events. It's like legit.
Wow.
And other than that, I could like spice it up where I'm the killer frontier chef following them through the pass, and you just hear me clanking my pots off in the
cannibal
distance.
shack.
Yep, I'm just out there. Hold up.
Ready.
But I think the Donner Party thing, I mean, I would watch it. I'm a little freaked in the head. So that's not a good audience rating, but I would watch it. That's what I would choose. Corey, you've had plenty of time. I've exposed myself.
I'm still
way too
writing
much,
this in my head.
being
Keep
a naked
talking,
ghost,
keep
and now
talking.
this. I got nothing to add.
I didn't prepare. You made me the host.
Son of a gun.
Actually, you know what? I've actually been thinking about a horror movie for a while now. Cale and I grew up watching zombie films, so in the same vein as cannibalism, that's where mine's at. And I would want to create a zombie film, but as a cosmic horror film. And if you guys don't know at home, cosmic horrors like H.P. Lovecraft, strange, mysterious things that are unexplainable, I think are just the scariest idea to me. Is like I said, something that's unexplainable, an event that you can't properly tell somebody to get them to believe you because it only happened to you or a limited group. And something that I was thinking about was I would really love to come into if we're had this as a movie, I would like to start our group off like our group of survivors that we follow around for the film halfway during a camping trip. So you see that they're already friends, and you see that they already have an established relationship with each other. But this would be going on during the first like 5-10 minutes. And during the credits, it would be some B-roll from their camping trip. And what I thought would be extra creepy is the last time I was out camping is like, what if there was just somebody off in the distance watching you? Like, Cale, you
Oh,
kind of talk
no.
about this earlier of like being in the corner of the room. Well, what if you're out in the woods and one person is just watching you silently and all the time, and then you see more people the more days that goes by. And then if like, you know, you didn't really notice it until you got home because you saw the pictures and there's like somebody staring at you in the pictures. So that kind of, that's, I don't know, that freaked me out. I thought that would be a good way to like intro this, but then going into it, if this group was camping, I would love to see them come back to town and not see anybody there. When they first get there, you know, so like the zombie apocalypse is kind of happening. But the thing about these zombies is I would the cosmic horror aspect was I would just love for them to kind of be like pod people. Well, not pod people. I would love for that to not talk, just silent. Everybody is silent. The actions that they do and perform are completely silent. So if we were going to like look at somebody getting killed and ripped apart by a group of these things, there's just no words from any of them. They're just going about their business like an animal would. I think that ferocity would freak me out.
Right. Like no growling, no hissing, none of like those classic zombie sounds that we know and love. It would just be silent.
It's not a silent film?
No, the film's not silent. The actors could talk, but the quote unquote zombies or the people that are zombies would be completely silent.
Could you tell that by looking at them that they're zombies?
No, because I still like the idea of turning people into this. And what I would really love is some like where the cosmic horror aspect comes in is for it to be like some kind of word or sound or some type of mnemonic device that infects people's brains. So they don't like their body would still be living and they would still like see and understand what they're doing, but they can't control themselves and they have to just go after and kill and consume. Right. And it's just an infection of the mind spread by words or some type of action, I think would be really like freaky.
Kind of like.
Yeah. And I think.
No, you go.
No, go ahead, Tyler. No, I just said there's something to be said too for, you know, what to expect whenever you see like these gory, ghoulish figures. I think it would be terrifying as hell to have like a mob come after you to where you're getting ripped up, but like, people are, it's just like other human beings like clawing at you, biting you, doing stuff, but there's no like obvious wounds. There's no obvious like gnawing of the face or this or that, like just like normal people just viciously attacking you.
And the only thing you would hear is like if they were a group would be like them running.
Them running or the shuffling
I just got like
of their
chills
feet
for
and
some
stuff.
reason.
And it's like, yeah, if you're not, and then you said if they're cognizant, say they're cognizant, right? They could actively try to sneak up on you, like ambush.
Right. They would be like very
predator
predator
like
mode.
they're all like making sure.
A scene that like comes into my mind is like if somebody from the group was getting attacked and you got to go in for that close-up shot, is everybody who's ripping apart this live human being or brutalizing them, like what if they were just crying because they all knew what they were doing but they couldn't stop it?
That's crazy.
Do you see? I like the last image you see is just 20 people beating you to death, and every single one of them is crying.
Damn, that sounds intense as hell. I like it. I want to make it.
Would you make the audio of the ripping of the body parts like more
pumped up?
Yeah,
I think so. There would have to be sound design would have to be really important for something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I think so. But wow. That's a movie in the making I'd like to see.
I think all of them are. I think we've had some pretty good ideas. And you at home, don't steal them. Don't steal.
Don't steal them. We need the cash and the ideas and the royalties and all that jazz.
Well, speaking about cash and royalties
let
and
us
jazz,
make our movies.
We have come to the end of tonight's episode. So I want to thank you both again for coming on. And if our fans at home, and I know they're fans, want to reach out to you guys on social media, Tyler, where would we find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Teelo43. That's Teelo, and then the number 43 behind it. that username also connects to my TikTok. I'm also on there. I was streaming the other day on Twitch. I don't often, but whenever I get a chance, I get these little spurts of whatever.
Spurts of
inspiration.
So how can we find you on Twitch?
Yeah, Twitch. That's Sushi and then Moose.
Ooh.
I don't know how I got that name. I guess at the time I was really interested into both those things and I just merged them together, but I might change my name, but that's
you were being just as creative then as you are now.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah. Perfect.
Well, yeah.
I like that.
Where can we find you, Cale? I know you're the social media mastermind.
The king.
Oh, yes. I'm going for it. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at TallTaleCale with an underscore in between each word, and then bearded_giant on TikTok. And we also have our group TikTok that we just put up yesterday
brand
or the day
spanking
before.
new.
Well, brand spanking new. We got a couple teaser trailers up there, and we're looking forward to adding more media out there. So if you're on TikTok and you want to follow us, we're at the Weekly Tall Talk. No spaces, no underscores, nothing. Just the Weekly Tall Talk, and we'd appreciate the follow and the support, like we always do.
Yeah, leave some comments, interact with us. We'd love to hear back from you guys.
Absolutely, we'll get back to you.
Yeah,
for
try and rate our podcast wherever you listen to it on. Give us a comment; that would really help us out. And if you guys want to message us at any time outside of our social media, we also have a Patreon, we have an Instagram, and we have a YouTube page where you can find all of our content under Tall Tale Network. If you'd like to email us and have some private conversations with us as well, you could reach us at talltalenetwork@gmail.com.
We're infecting every stream of media, every social media we can get our hands on. We are infecting. We are coming up the pipeline.
Yeah.
You can't
we're pretty much everywhere, so there's no excuse.
If you want to find us, you can.
And you will.
We'll put it that way. If you want to avoid us, then get the hell out of here.
But come back. We need you. We love you. And good night.
Yeah, every Tuesday, go ahead and come back and make sure we're still around. But thank you at home, and thank you, Cale and Tyler, for joining me today on another episode of the Weekly Tall Talk. I really appreciate you guys. And for everyone at home, we'll tall tale you later.
Absolutely, bro.
Take care, everyone.
Thank you.
See you later.
This show has been brought to you by the Tall Tale Network. If you enjoy our content, please consider following us on Twitter, Instagram, and Patreon, where we can be found as Tall Tale Network. If you subscribe to our Patreon, you'll get an invite to our Discord server, where we will be answering questions and posting our sources from each week's episode. If you have any tall tales you want us to talk about, please email us at talltalenetwork@gmail.com. Let's ride!